Hi everyone, I thought I'd jump on quick and run through a little collection of makeup brushes and what they're used for and a little bit of maintenance really. So the makeup brushes I've been using during my tutorials are as follows. I've got quite an extensive collection as well, so bear with us. Foundation slash primer brush. I used this one in the tutorial about base makeup. I've got the Expert Face brush from Real Techniques, which is really good for foundation. I always use this one for my foundations, buff it in. Then I've got my concealer brush. This brush I use to apply the concealer, and this brush I use to blend and buff the product into the skin. I've got my lovely fat powder brush here by Estee Lauder, which I really like. It's lovely for applying any loose powder or compact powder for that matter. I've also got an Estee Lauder blusher brush. I've got the Real Techniques stipple brush. This is the one I used with the Chanel cream bronzer. That's a really nice brush, it's lovely. And I've also got a Studio highlight brush. It's classed as a fan brush really, so it's fan shaped, great for placing highlight on the tops of your cheekbones, and it's kind of, it looks as if it's from the Real Techniques family. It's not a Real Techniques brush, but it looks like it is. Then I've kind of grouped them all together, so I'll keep all my base brushes here. Okay, so if you want to refer back to this video, feel free. Then I've got eye brushes, so eye products, eyeshadows, eyeliners, eyebrows. It's quite a few. So this one here, this is probably my oldest eyeshadow brush. It's a Virgin V brush. I use the darker end to apply the dark shadow to the outside corners of my eyes. And I use the wide fat side to blend the colour round. This one is a MAC 217. This one's great for applying shadow. If you wear an everyday eyeshadow and you don't apply any dark colour, this is great for all over coverage of the eyelid. This one here is a MAC 239. It's slightly flatter than the 217. It's great for applying a darker shadow along the top of your lash line and almost creating like a little bit of a wing. It's a really good look for that one. I'll do that when I cover a special occasion or an evening look as well. This one here is just a Bobbi Brown eyeshadow brush. It does pretty much the same as the MAC 217. I'll pop that one there. This one here is a Louise Young crease brush, really good for applying a contour into the eye socket. This brush here is a MAC 266, and this one's great for applying, say if you were going to do a black, if you didn't want to use eyeliner, you could use a black eyeshadow, and I use that brush a lot for lining across the top of my lash line, and I use it especially for a little bit of black eyeshadow underneath my lower lashes as well. It's great for a smoky eye, that brush. It's really, really good. That's a MAC 266. This one here is just a Bobbi Brown eyebrow brush. It's a very stiff bristle brush, as you can see. Great for just taming those eyebrow hairs and putting them where you need to put them. And alongside the eyeshadow brush, I've also got a little pack of spoolies, eyebrow spoolies or disposable mascara ones, 2-in-1 really, just to tame any hairs and put them where you need to before you infill with your eyebrow pencils or your gels or anything like that. Another eyeliner brush. I've put my two liner brushes together just to show you the difference. I did start out using this brush years ago when I used to apply gel liner, but I switched to the MAC 210. Now this brush I use for all of my gel eyeliner. I use it for creating flicks. I use it for creating a block of liner if I'm going for like more of a 60s look, but I use it for flicks as well because it's so fine and so pointed, as you can see. That's a great one. And I've also got in my makeup brush kit, I've always got a lip brush as well. It's an Estee Lauder one. I've got quite a few Estee Lauder brushes, as you can see, and they're the sort of navy and gold. My mum used to get Estee Lauder makeup kits, and she loved the makeup. She used all the makeup, but she didn't really use makeup brushes that much, so she kindly donated them to me. I've got a few more in here as well. I've got a lovely sparkly set as well. Okay, I've always got tweezers in my kit. I always have tweezers handy when I'm doing my makeup if I've got any stray eyebrow hairs. These are just Tweezermans. I use them for applying false lashes, strip lashes and individuals. They're just great to have. I think you've always got to have a pair of tweezers handy. And then I've got here, this is it's really hard to explain this little thing. Basically, it's to press down on your skin to stop any smudges from your fingers if, say, you're going to do an eyeliner flick. And you know how you need to kind of pull your skin taut to do that and pull your skin like up slightly? you pop your finger in there, and it's a little sponge. It's like a velour puff. It's lovely. It's got a lovely soft texture. Pretend my thumb's my cheek. You'd press on your face with that, so the heat from your hands doesn't melt your makeup, doesn't transfer, and it just creates less mess, really. It's great. So that's pretty much everything. As you can see, there's a fair few, and my little carry case. This is what my Bobbi Brown brushes came in, my little carry case there. They all fit inside there lovely, and it's got a little handle as well. So if you're doing any makeup out and about or demonstrating, whichever, I always keep my makeup in that little bag. A little bit about brush maintenance. I normally, I wash my brushes just as and when I need to, really. I try and stick to a rule of thumb about once a week. I like to use either a mild shampoo or a really nice sort of scented body wash. And my favourite at the minute is just Satsuma body wash from the Body Shop. It's got such a lovely smell, so when you're putting your makeup on, your brushes smell quite scenty, quite nice. That's always just a nice little touch. So yeah, so get yourself a nice smelling shower gel and just sort of swirl the soap and the water in your hand, cup your hand with the soap and water and just swill the makeup brush inside the cup of your hand with your warm water and your soap. Don't leave them in your sink, in your bathroom sink soaking, because that will destroy the glue and they will become loose. And over time, just through use, that's happened to this little brush here. So as you can see, it does tend to come apart. So please don't soak your brushes in a sink. Just give them a quick swill around in your hand with some nice soap, some nice shower gel, shampoo, and then just lay them flat, just as I've laid them here. When they're wet, just lay them on a towel, fan them out to sort of their natural shape, but don't bend them into a shape that they're not, because that could distort the bristles. And yeah, just keep them clean, keep them dry, and hopefully that's been useful. Have a lovely evening, everyone.